Okay. Tell us to go.
Go.
Yeah. Professor Ransford Nana Gyampo. How are
Yes, sir. I'm fine.
It's good to have you here at UN headquarters.
I am so excited to have bumped into you.
Yeah.
I'm going to meet you there. I was going my somewhere. Attending some meetings here and there. And then you mentioned my name, and
Yeah.
I could just tell who you are by.
Ebusia Professor Ransford Gyampo ekopie mu wo UN headquarters na sia na wino ne mana okoshia the UN chief editor in the person of Mr. Dotsei Malor, who has been working at the UN headquarters since 2024 up to date as the chief editor. Now, on in have a friendly chat at the premises of the UN headquarters. Inti ebusia ebekwa akotie nkomo ni bi na nya also wo fa ho no na wa kire wa dwen over the comment section. Inti the full video no bro. Inti ebusia yourself so show YouTube obe subscribe this channel na so show Facebook and say TikTok obe follow page na so better me kuchu na wa video ko see ewie. Inti ebusia yankon na yankotie nkomo ni nyina bra na ne wo ho no ye hwia na de nkomo ni nyina atuaso.
Okay. Tell us to go.
Go.
Yeah. Professor Ransford Nana Gyampo. How are
Yes, sir. I'm fine.
It's good to have you here at UN headquarters.
I am so excited to have bumped into you.
Yeah.
I'm going to meet you there. I was going my somewhere. Attending some meetings here and there. And then you mentioned my name, and
Yeah.
I could just tell who you are by your accent and the way you mentioned my name. And I'm so happy and excited about your show of hospitality. You are an epitome of Ghanaian hospitality. I'm so excited. I'm happy that you made me feel welcome, taking me around, and so many things. I'm happy.
This is how it should be. Okay? I was very thrilled to see you here. I tell fellow Ghanaians, fellow Africans, and anybody from around the world, when they come to the UN, you can feel like an imposter. Either you don't know anybody. Sometimes all the way from the gate at the UN, you can just see your Ghanaian sisters and brothers from there. One of the chief medical officers here is a Ghanaian sister called Sophia Ting. She trained in Germany. I feel proud about her. Some of your loyal Ghanaian brothers are here, some sisters. They're doing well. Of course, our own former foreign minister, Hannah Tete, she was here just last week. She is probably the highest ranking Ghanaian in the system now, working to solve the problems of Libya. So you are welcome.
Thank you.
You went on a tour. How was the tour?
Excellent. Saw so many things, so many places of interest, and so many areas that I have learned. There are some of the things that we studied in the books. But
Any particular thing that sticks out?
disarmament.
Getting rid of arms,
Yes,
weapons, and anything that can kill and damage.
The world is fully armed, but making peace is underfunded. I think that statement is a profound statement from Ban Ki-moon. It was profound, and I felt that this is something that is worth pondering over. And if the world can know peace, then institutions like the UN should be fully funded.
I think, in a sense, what you're saying is the amount of money spent by governments every day on arms and weapons, if even a quarter of that should be dedicated to peace, we would have a better world.
We would have a better world if we should do that. And so, why do we spend all our resources manufacturing arms and not keeping peace? It is quite problematic. I started pondering over this, but I'm thinking that if we are able to champion and to articulate the dogmas and ideals of peace and to make it resonate in the minds of many people in the world, very soon we should be having a place where we can all sleep with our two eyes closed. Otherwise, you are always not sure about what is happening to you. Peace is very important. Without peace, there can be no development.
So, before you leave us, you're a professor of psychology?
Political science.
Political science. I've just made you a psychologist. Professor of political science, but most importantly for many Ghanaians, you've just been appointed the Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Shippers Authority.
Yes.
For the average Ghanaian in Kwesiminti or Kukurantumi, or in my village, Ohavu, what does the Shippers Authority in Ghana do?
Well, it's interesting to note that an organization that has been in existence for 51 years, people are still ignorant about what it does, and I'm sure because over the years they have kept quiet in focusing on their mandate, and so people do not even understand what they do, even though they work so hard. Look, when we and I hear people, anybody who sees me, bring me one ship and get us some ships and all that. Please, when we talk about shipping, we are essentially talking about the transport of goods on the sea, on the land, and in the air.
So it's not just by sea?
It's not just by sea.
Okay.
I was trying to get some parts for my motor vehicle, and then they said motorcycle, and then the person said, well, I'll have it shipped to you. I mean, long before I joined the Ghana Shippers Authority, I'll have it shipped to you. Then the next time he said, well, I've been to DHL, the flight just came in. I said, but you said you're going to have it shipped. I said, yes, we shipped it on the, in the air. So when we talk about Ghana Shippers Authority, what the authority seeks to do is to, let me give you a little historical background. Long time ago, when people went into trade or were going about trading, their trading activities on the high seas, international shipping lines were always milking these people who were using their ships dry. And so you put your wares on the ship and then they charge you. So your country, you don't have any ship. You are not commuting the waters of the high seas of other developed countries. And so if you went to somewhere like Germany, for instance, and you bought your wares, asked that it be shipped to Ghana, for instance, they charged you any amount of money that they wanted to charge.
Without regulation?
Without regulation. The idea of establishing shipping authorities across the globe was to bring out an independent arbiter who looks into the charges that you levy on products. If I buy accentuates or increases the cost of doing business, that increases the cost of your waste, we look at those charges and go negotiate with the shipping lines and tell them that, look, this one is too expensive, this one is too high, reduce it. So in so doing, we are able to reduce the cost, regulate the pricing and the cost of doing business, so that there are so many people doing business in Ghana who are saying that, look, it is too expensive, so we are relocated. And our mandate is that, look, go to the shipping lines, sit down with them and tell them that these levies are too high, reduced. Go to those who are cutting goods from Burkina Faso to Ghana or from Ghana to Burkina Faso on the road, and then look at the kinds of things that frustrate them and clear those frustrations. Sometimes people are going and there are multiple police checks, and when they are checking, they are taking money and all that. We reduce
that is
all
a shipping issue.
A shipping issue. When you go to the airlines and they are transporting cargo from abroad or from here, somebody told me in Wa that, look, I manufactured this basket and it cost me 1,000 cedis, but to move it from here to US, by the time it gets to US, it is worth 4,500 cedis, and it's all about charges. I manufacture it at a cost of 1,000 cedis with all my profits, 1,000 cedis, but the one who gets it in US because of charges gets it at a cost of 4,500 cedis, and so the person is telling me, I'm not getting it from you again. So shipping lines go there, and then we negotiate and say, what is the essence of all these charges? We try to reduce it so that the one who is manufacturing can continue to remain in business. So it is not about buying ships. It is about regulating the interest of shippers, so that by so doing, we can reduce the cost of doing business and we can improve international trade.
And is the transport of goods both by the
sea, by the air, and on the road. So it's
the word ship should be taken in its general context.
It's generic and general, context. It's not just about the sea. It is about the road.
What makes you excited, briefly, as we close? What makes you most excited as a Ghanaian academic and technocrat to be holding this position now?
My excitement is that I can see that I'm able to bring my experience and perspective to bear on the functioning and activities of the Ghana Shippers Authority. There are so many things that I've seen that, in my view, can be improved. There are so many things that I've seen that, in my view, can be regulated in a manner that would promote and protect the interests of shippers. I want to leave the place making shippers happy. That look, under the tenure of this man, Gyampo, we're able to achieve X, Y, Z, and these have contributed to reducing the cost of doing business.
Better quality of life for the ordinary
Better
Ghanaian.
quality of life for the ordinary Ghanaians. I'm also excited that, look, per my own upbringing and my modest background, I contribute to the perception that, look, to reducing the perception that when you get into government, it's about time to go there to milk the state dry. I'm not interested in that. I want to set the right examples such that those who find their position or their way into government will be measured in their expectation. Let us all go there to serve. If you serve and you have positive outcome, you enjoy. But you have not served. You run an organization that is in deficit, that is not doing well, and you want to still milk it. I think that perception must cease, and I want to lead by serving, leading by example, by following that tangent of being moderate and modest in the way and manner I do things as I head the organization.
And you flew here by business class, first class?
No, it is by principle and by policy. I travel by economy. And
it didn't take anything away from you.
Last time I was in Abu Dhabi, I went by economy. Yesterday I came here by economy.
If you get economy class, which is a little bit more legroom, you should take it.
Well, let my organization continue to work hard and make some more money. Once we make some more money, we'll take a look at it. But for now, once the organization hasn't got that much money, I promise austerity and I'll lead by example.
We wish you success.
Thank you, sir.
For the sake of the ordinary Ghanaian.
Thank you, sir.
From Tamale to Takoradi, from Ho to Domahin Crew, wherever.
Thank you, sir.
Pleasure having
Tomorrow I'm meeting Ghanaian shipper community.
Wow.
I am going to listen to their concerns and what their challenges
some good
are.
recommendations.
Yes, and then I'm hoping that I'll hear them and I'll tell them what we are doing, and we'll be able to together agree on the kinds of things that we can do to reduce the cost of doing business, to keep their interests protected, and to keep Ghana happy.
Thank you for having the time to come visit us at your headquarters. We just bumped into each other. We thank God for that privilege of meeting you. And we thank Fawzi Haruna. He is half Ewe, half from the north. Which group?
Gonja.
Half Gonja, half Abidome. And I tell him he's a proper Ghanaian because he cuts across a number of ethnic groups.
Yes,
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Yo, Ebusians also looking very younger. They have a better lifestyle. They look very smart. And I recommend the apple cider vinegar from Goli, and the Superfruits, and the Supergreen, and the Ashwagandha Gummies, and the Sleepy Gummies. Then you know free Goli nutrition. What US. Now so open say Utubia Miss Cromendi say open use promo code in the description of this video. And now so open say you also want to be part of betu ntoma bizwa. Now to check the description part of this video. Now I join free. Now I end some cool cash. Let show how far. Enjoy. And say so open check your bia. Obeti me inboxing me. Now my boy no joining. So open also register as your content creator. And I say, wow, she has open media to the description part of your video. And I saw the battle video I see both YouTube, Facebook, and the Mr. Also bet me contacting me. Now I should be no registration here free. You can join in the description part of this video. Details in the description part of this video. Now with the budget piece I was joining. Yes, Goli Gummies. So me see Goli and work Gummies. Goli, 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 Goli gummies. Apple cider vinegar. Superfruits. Supergreen. Any Ashwagandha. Any Nyakika home. Yes, Goli. A good product. Open me, I'll join your moon. Now I need some cool cards that you offer. Yes, Goli, 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 Goli gummies.